Alrighty, wacky hijinks tonight, folks. Doing some live music here on the tube of you, on the internet, on the intercontinentals, the thing that unites us all together. YouTube, the internet, is what brings us together for a night of music, song, revelry, and wacky hijinks. What is a hijinks? You ever wonder that? Why is it always plural? Why is there not a hijink? Turns out, if you do some Googling on the YouTubes, on the internets, rather, on the Google machine, you will find that the word hijinks has its origin way back in the 16th century, although it did have its heyday in the early 1900s. For that, I would refer to you, ladies and gentlemen of planet Internet, to your grandparents, to your parents. Ask them what kind of wacky hijinks they got into and why their grandparents accused them of getting into wacky hijinks. Interestingly enough, one of the things I learned about that word is that it has its origin as a game, actually, hijinks. It was a drinking game. You would partake, you would gather some of your friends, your mates, one or two pals of yours, with some fermented beverages, and you would roll dice, and then perform a task. And if you did not perform the task, social shame did follow, folks. And we're not about shaming here on the Zach Hval program here on this presentation. We're about singing fa la las and getting together with your friends. So, let's get to it. Again, links to my album, Instagrams, everything like that down below. If you're watching me on Instagram, hello. Alrighty, let's do it to it. Used to wanna be in a rock and roll band. Used to wanna be a soldier man, and I used to wanna be a folk singer in 1963. But then I grew up, I learned life isn't what it seems when you dream about it as a kid, or watch it on TV, or watch it on TV. Used to wanna be Indiana Jones, but archaeology is kinda lame. And I'm not Harrison Ford, I cannot crack a whip. Oh, we've got the same scar, and I'm not scared of snakes, I'm scared of sharks, because I saw Jaws, because I saw Jaws. Summer Blockbuster. Then I saw an old man sitting on his porch, saying youth is wasted on you kids. When I was young, we wore what we had on. Vietnam was a scam, and the Beatles held my hand. And then they shot John Lennon and Ronald Reagan too. And Ronald Reagan too. Made me think about when I was a kid, how I'd lie on the grass and I'd let my imagination run free. I thought about my friend from down the street and summer barbecues, and the girl I kissed that night at the roller rink, at the roller rink. Then I thought about all the old guys, the ones who pined for the way we were, the ones who still wish it was 1952. Oh, how they're just mad because they got old, and how someday I'll be that way too. I'm gonna be that way too. Sometimes when I'm by myself, I run my hands through my thinning hair and think about when I was young. How I wish I never grew up and was in Ma's living room, lying on the couch with old Milo on my lap, with old Milo on my lap. It makes me feel so good right from the top of my rapidly balding head to my doggone corns. Can you dig it? Will you dig it? Oh. Oh. Here we are. We're live. We're doing things. That's a fun one. I'm real proud of that one. It's kind of like if OK Boomer was a tune, is how I describe that. You know, it's really what it is. It's also an olive branch. Can you dig it? You know, it's saying, hey, old people, I know where you're at. I'll be there someday too. Maybe someday I'll be old, yelling at kids, complaining about things. You know, psoriasis and whatnot. There will become a day when I can no longer play this here gat fiddle, and I will have to put it down due to arthritis. But that is not this day. This day I sing fa la la. This day I pluck like a... I was going to say Mississippi John Hurt, a young Mississippi John Hurt, but nobody knew who a young Mississippi John Hurt was. But most importantly, not only do we sing for the old folks and the young folks, but we sing for the church girls. This is my testimony. This is my story. This is my song. Church girl, when will you go down where the saints and sinners pray? And church girl, when will you love me? When will we know we can never be? Oh, soldier man, when will you lay your rifle down? How many bodies lie in the ground? And soldier man, when will you learn? Following orders doesn't take away the blame. Crucifixion Christ, when will you breathe your last? When will you die for me? Crucifixion Christ, when will you lay your burden down? How many bodies lie in the ground? Morning sun, when will you rise and fill my room with warmth and light? Oh, morning sun, when will you rise and vanquish the dark night? And church girl, when will you love me? When will we know we can never be? We're rolling. They can't turn the power off on me tonight. If they do, I will cry. That was a song called When Will, written by yours truly, singer-songwriter, guitar player, Zach Hval. May or may not have flubbed a lyric there. That's for you to decide. Listen to the lyrics on the YouTubes, the Spotifys, the Yammy Yams, the Jams, the Planty Plans, wherever you kids are listening to music these days. Okie dokie. So, let's rap a little bit. That's When Will, inspired by the Nick Drake song, Which Will, off the epic 1972 record Pink Moon, which was the main inspiration, at least during that first phase of writing this record, the way we were streaming again here on the internet. Pink Moon, the record, and Seasonal Depression fueled at least the first 5 songs on this record, if we're being honest, and that's okay. Whoopsie daisies, we're losing Instagram. Nope, it's back. I'm not going to tell you who the church girl is because I don't even know. Maybe the church girl is you. Maybe the church girl is me. Maybe the church girl is representative of a larger context. I don't know. You be the judge. Either way. Oh, it makes me feel good. I'm going to fart around that Bats in the Belfry tune. I was trying to remember how I did it. I'm gonna saddle me up my old pack mule. I'm gonna saddle me up my old pack mule. I'm gonna fill me a satchel. I'll fill it with silver and gold. I'll fill it with silver and gold. I'm gonna see blind Mary. I'm gonna see blind Mary. 'Cause I've been told she got a sweet jelly roll well. She got a sweet jelly roll well. Well, it was blind Mary. Blind Mary told me, takes a good-looking woman, make a good-looking Harwell, make a good-looking Harwell. I ain't never read the Bible, but I've been told it was a woman caused man to sin. Oh, a woman caused man to sin. Oh, yeah, the one no serpent caused me to fall, caused me to fall. Was a red-headed woman, made a wreck out of me, made a wreck out of me. Oh, I got my Winchester rifle, my Winchester rifle. Whole box of shell, I'm gonna shoot somebody down. I'll shoot somebody down. Well, look over yonder, yonder on that hill. That's where I send my baby. She's way up on Wood Hill, way up on Wood Hill. Oh, I ain't got no religion, but I'm starting to believe. I believe what the scriptures tell. They tell about the fall of man. Tell about the fall of man. Ooh, got dark and sinister there, but I like it. It makes me feel good. Whoops daisies. Making sure I'm in the right key of harmonica. It's the thing about the harmonica, folks. It's not like the guitar or the piano, where I can just move my hands and I'm in a different key. You gotta buy a different one for each key. We're gonna keep it dark, but not sinister. This is a tune called Fall. You know, because doggone it, this is my favorite time of year. I'll go ahead and tell you. I know that it's cold and that it's dark outside, but listen, I'm a complete vampire. I like to walk and stalk in the night. Can you dig it? And also when my birthday is, as well as Stevie Ray Vaughan's, Tony Shalhoub, and Steve from Blue's Clues. And of course Halloween, because it's like when lunatics like me who watch horror movies all the time, we become normal for about 8 seconds there. Anyway, so this is called Fall because of the imagery. The imagery of the musics was ripped straight from my childhood. So hopefully what I have done is succeeded in giving you a theme song for your fall, much like I did with Winter on my instrumental record, Sounds. Fall winds blow and the air is cold, and the dead leaves crunch beneath your feet, and the sun sets pink in the western sky. But the night she falls like a widow's shroud, and the jack-o'-lanterns glow in their Cheshire grins, and dogs howl at the full moon. And the night she falls on the neighborhood, street lamps shine and the kids ride home on their bicycles. So goodbye to the summer nights, goodbye to the summer sights. Hello fall, hello winter. So put a kettle on, say goodnight. Won't you let that fire burn low? Ooh. Love it. Gotta do a gat switch. How you doing, Instagram? You holding down the fort? I can't really see you very well. So I'm gonna take that as a yes. I'm gonna take your silence as a yes. My blindness as a yes. Alrighty, now that I've thoroughly depressed the ever-loving out of you, would probably help if I plugged my guitar in. It's a lot to keep track of when you're running this operation by yourself. Alrighty, so I'm going to level with you, audience. I wrote a drinking song. And it's not because I was consuming at the time multiple fermented beverages. I've never written a drinking song before. I like to challenge myself. I remember watching an interview here recently with legendary film director Francis Ford Coppola. And he said that he liked to make movies that he didn't know how to make. So, for example, when he made Apocalypse Now, he'd never made a war movie. Didn't know how to do it. So he did it. And, well, the making of that movie was quite honestly a disaster. Great documentary about it. You should check it out. Didn't know how to make a mafia movie when he made The Godfather. And The Godfather is pretty much perfect. I think we can all agree on that. So similarly, I took a chance on a drinking song. So this is a tune called Sacred Gin Mill. Why? Well, it takes its name from a line in a Dave Van Ronk song called Last Call. Now, how that song came about is quite an interesting story. After a night of drunken revelry with Joni Mitchell and Leonard Cohen, they woke the next morning to find the song written on a piece of paper. None of them know who wrote it. So Dave Van Ronk claimed it. He got a freebie, one on the house. If I had to guess, that's a toss-up between Joni Mitchell and Leonard Cohen, honestly. 50-50 chance either way. And the best version he did of it, side note, is he did it a cappella on an album called Going Back to Brooklyn from 1980. Don't exactly remember what year. Anyways, this is Sacred Gin Mill. There's a hole in the wall where the old men go to drown their sorrows, where each glass poured will cut the brain but mend a broken heart. And the bartender knows your name, and we try to drink alone until they stand and sing. Now that's the chorus if you want to sing along. Audience participation is a must. And each man will search the glass for questions unanswered, and each one knows the answer's not in a drink. And each man knows his forgotten soul is remembered on high, and then they stand and sing. And no one stands sober at the end of the night. We'll stumble home blindly to our wives and girlfriends, but we'll make our way back again, head open in tomorrow, where we'll all stand and sing. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna spice things up, spice up the fricassee. I'm gonna do a song I haven't really done before. I didn't write this. This is a song called Gallows Pole. In olden times, what they would do when you got the death penalty is they'd hang you on a gallows pole. Hangman, hangman, won't you hold it a little while? I think I see my father coming, he's riding many a mile. Well, Father, did you bring me silver? Father, did you bring me gold? What did you bring me, Father, to keep me from the gallows pole? Well, I didn't bring you no silver, I didn't bring you no gold. I've come to see you swinging, swinging on the gallows pole. Well, hangman, hangman, won't you hold it a little while? I think I see my brother coming, he's riding many a mile. Well, brother, did you bring me silver? Brother, did you bring me gold? What did you bring me, dear brother, to keep me from the gallows pole? Oh, I'm swinging on the gallows pole. Well, I didn't bring you no silver, and I didn't bring you no gold. I've come to see you swinging, swinging on the gallows pole. Well, hangman, hangman, won't you hold it a little while? I think I see my own true love, she's riding many miles. That's Anya Taylor-Joy coming to save me. Well, lover, did you bring me silver? Lover, did you bring me gold? What did you bring me, dear lover, to keep me from the gallows pole? Well, I didn't bring you no silver, I didn't bring you no gold. Don't you know I'm too damn poor to keep you from the gallows pole? Oh, you're swinging on the gallows pole. Oh, it makes me feel so good, right from the top of my rapidly balding head to my doggone corns. I've got the cure, folks, for your corns. To get those corns in shapes, it's a little bit of folk music. They don't teach you that, you know, when the doctor doesn't tell you that when you show up. That's free advice from me. I don't know why I took my capo off. I needs it. I needs it for my next song. Alrighty, this is the ultimate song. Okay, this is a song that everybody can relate to. It's a song called Hiding Place, because don't you, gosh darn it, don't you just want to get away from everything? From the speeding ticket you got, from your boss. Oh, this is my testimony. This is my story, this is my song. Fun fact about this song, it was in a funky tuning on the record. I'm going to have to do it sans funky tuning. Let's see what happens. For a little bit of excitement. But as Yoda tells us in The Empire Strikes Back, excitement, adventure, a Jedi craves not these things. I found a place to hide away, a place I can go to get away, a place I can go to be myself and turn off for a while. Oh, I never saw the truth before I saw it hanging from a cross. And I never saw the light until I looked into the dark. And I used to love a girl, and that was when I was old. Now I am young, so young in my love for you. Everything just runs by me, 'cause I'm just so far away. And I don't even know the sound of my own name. Again, borrowed the concept from the record from 1972, Pink Moon, by Nick Drake. Nick Drake, much like me, has a God rest his soul, had a near pathological refusal to perform live. But he didn't have the internet. I do. So this is a cute song called Lansing, Michigan. It's about a place I've never been to Lansing, Michigan. Been to Ohio, though, a couple other places in this great land. Not been to Lansing, Michigan. Don't know the people in this song. Would like to, though. They seem like good kids. I don't know if I'm allowed to have favorite songs that I've written. It's kind of like picking your favorite kid, right? I mean, you say you don't actually have a favorite song, or you don't have a favorite kid, but you definitely do. I'm my parents' favorite kid, so I got the favorite kid privilege. She was laughing at me, laughing in her sleeve. I could see it in her eyes. Well, a slow song started playing. She came up to me, we started swaying. Well, yeah, I was never gonna be your only true love, and never carry your picture in my wallet. And you were never gonna be my only girl. I'd never see the family farm. All Louise would love a short time, and that's alright with me, 'cause I'll still care about you. And I'll be there if you call, and if you don't, well, I'll see you around. And I'll sometimes think about you, may even try to write, 'cause I know where to send my letters. Oh, you're always gonna be my favorite person in Lansing, Michigan. Isn't that nice? I love that these things get beamed into my subconscious. I'll be honest with you, being a completely delusional maniac, it has its perks, because you get tunes like that every so often. What can I tell you about that still is vague and interesting? Oh, kind of bummed it off Tom Waits. Fun fact about that, off of his song called Johnsburg, Illinois. He got it done in about half the time that I did, so I like to think my song is 2 times better than his, mathematically speaking. Nobody can rival the lyrical prowess of one Tom Waits. I'd like to tell you another story. This is a song I've never done. This is a cover tune. The reason why I'm doing this cover tune is because I do not want to do that 9.5-minute Bob Dylan song, Key West, parentheses, Philosopher Pirate. The reason being is, one, there was no way in H.E. Double Bendy Straws I was going to be able to learn that song, remember it, and perform it as well as I did on my record. The way we were. Streaming in the link below for you on YouTube. For those of you on the Instagram, you're just going to have to get it from my link in the bio. This song is thematically connected to the previous tune. It's one that I sing to myself. There's a whole repertoire, is the fancy word, that songwriters such as myself have. We don't sing these songs publicly, but we do follow a lot of them to ourselves. Can you dig it? And I'm known to not be completely prepared for live performance. I do have a set list here because I got smart eventually. But back in the day, I would kind of just show up and play whatever came to the top of my head. And finally, when I started to develop a brainstem, I would tape a set to my guitar. But years ago, when I was a young hip folk singer in Nashville, I was standing outside Cafe Coco one night before the open mic there, smoking a cigarette with another songwriter. He asked me what I was going to play, and I says, I have no idea. So I went and sat down, and little did I know that there was a nice young lady sitting across the table from me. Beautiful, blue-eyed, blonde-haired girl. Curly blonde hair is what I remembered. And we were kind of chit-chatting, as it were. I went up on stage, did my thing, don't remember what I played. Went and sat back down with her, and she said, well, you've obviously been doing this for a while. Yeah, we talked for a little bit, and eventually the open mic night wrapped up. And I realized about halfway through my drive home I had made one fatal error. It was not that I showed up unprepared to an open mic night in Nashville. Actually, fairly common experience. No, my mistake was that I sat across the table from a super hot chick and did not get her phone number and or a date. Whoopsie daisies. So, what does that have to do with the song? Absolutely nothing. I just now realized. Other than I learned it shortly after that. It's been covered by just about everybody. Elvis Presley, Willie Nelson, Phineas McCorkindale, Nedge Pepsi, Nostril McGee. Those three people aren't real, but Willie Nelson is definitely real. So was Elvis, God rest his soul. But this is a song called Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain. I based my arrangement off the Ramblin' Jack Elliott version. In the twilight glow I see her, blue eyes crying in the rain. And as we kissed goodbye and parted, I knew we'd never meet again. Well, love is like a dying ember, only memories remain. And through the ages I remember blue eyes crying in the rain. Now my hair is turned to silver, and all my life I've loved in vain. I can see her star in heaven, blue eyes crying in the rain. And someday when we meet up yonder, we'll stroll together hand in hand, in a land that knows no parting, blue eyes crying in the rain. Oh, it's so wonderful. What a beautiful song. I don't know who wrote that. I honestly, I forget. I knew at one point. I do know who wrote this next song. It's one of those songs that's been covered so many times that a lot of people actually don't know who wrote it. Joni Mitchell wrote this song. But again, Judy Collins made a very popular record of it. Late 60s, early 70s. Joni herself released it on her second album called Clouds. A lot of people think the title of the song is Clouds, but it's actually Both Sides, or Both Sides Now. I'm going to try to sing this in a man voice. When Joni Mitchell sings it, it's definitely not a dude's voice. Bows and flows of angel hair, ice cream castles in the air, feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. There rain and snow on everyone. So many things I could have done, but clouds got in my way. Oh, I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's cloud illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way you feel when every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at life, love that way, whoops. But now it's just another show. You leave 'em laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let 'em know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears of feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes in circus crowds, I've looked at life that way. But now old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed. Well, something's lost and something's gained in living every day. Oh, I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all. I love it. Alrighty, if you've been following me for a minute, then you've heard me do the song like 8 gazillion times, and I never get tired of it. I don't think I've ever told the story, though, of how I acquired such a lovely song as Green, Green, Rocky Road. So I'll now relate this to you in our final moments together, dear audience of the Planet Facebook and Planet Instagram, Planet YouTube, and Planet Oith. So as it goes, years ago, I was in the back of a rental car somewhere between Galveston and Houston, Texas, when into my ear holes and brain compartments comes the song Green, Green, Rocky Road, sung by someone whose music I was recently starting to sample, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. Dave Van Ronk, who he shows up in just about every documentary you can find about Bob Dylan, as well as the great folk scare of the 1960s. So, to understand this song, we have to go back in time to Greenwich Village in the 1960s in New York City, where a younger than when he was singing the song in my ear holes, Dave Van Ronk, had just finished up a set at a place called the Cafe Bazaar. And a poet friend of his came up to him and he said a phrase that is guaranteed to just about stop every singer and songwriter dead in their tracks. He says, "Have I got a song for you?" Now, according to Dave, Bob Kaufman could not carry a tune to save his life. Thankfully, Dave Van Ronk could, and so between the two of them, they were able to craft a serviceable melody to deliver such a wonderful song as this. So you fast forward again to about 2015, and I'm hearing this tune, and I think to myself, I just got to have my hands on this. Thankfully, here on Planet YouTube, you can actually find a guitar lesson of this song that Dave Van Ronk did from a DVD, or VHS tape back in those days, that he did for Stephen Grossman's Guitar Workshop. I actually have the DVD and learned the rest of the songs on it. This song has also got me from here in beautiful Washington to Nashville, Tennessee, and back again. And any song that can do that is your friend. The best versions of it, though, are the ones that I've done in the shower. It plays hell on the guitar, but the acoustics can't be beat. So anyways, I digress. Here's Green, Green, Rocky Road. When I go by Baltimore, I need no carpet on my floor. Come along and follow me, let's go down to Galilee. Green, green, rocky road, promenade in green. Tell me who you love, tell me who you love. See that crow up in the sky, he don't walk and he don't fly. He don't walk and he don't run, he keep on flapping to the sun. Green, green, rocky road, promenade in green. Tell me who you love, tell me who you love. Little Miss Jane running in the wall, well, don't you stumble, hey, don't you fall. Don't you sing and don't you shout, when you sing I come running out. Green, green, rocky road, promenade in green. Tell me who you love, tell me who you love. Ooka-dooka, soda cracker, does your mama chew tobacco? If your mama chew tobacco, ooka-dooka, ooka-dooka, soda cracker. I don't know what it means. Green, green, rocky road, promenade in green. Tell me who you love, tell me who you love. Oh, talk to me. When I go by Baltimore, I need no carpet on my floor. Come along and follow me, there's a man down in Galilee. Green, green, rocky road, promenade in green. Tell me who you love, tell me who you love. Green, green, rocky road, as learned by Dave Van Rock. Folks, that's going to do it for tonight, but I will be back again next week. Much like Jesus, the Terminator, or Good Cooper from the Black Lodge, I will be back, and I will be defiling this purple Telecaster. Instagram you can't see it, but YouTube you can kind of see it, before your very eyes, with savage skullduggery, with sauce, with gristle, with licks, both sanctified and not sanctified, licks you can't see on TV because people hate it. I'm going to be trying some new stuff, too, on the electric guitar. It gives me a chance to perform some of the instrumental stuff on my album Sounds. But that's next week. We're wrapping up this week here. I'm Zach Hval, reminding you that friends help you move, but real friends help you move bodies. Bread is bread, cheese is cheese. Praise God.